Hi folks, I'm Alexander Svet, your host of Caption Live show. I'm very sorry for skipping the last week's show. Actually, I just got cold and, well, I was lying with temperature. Honestly, I'm still a little bit ill. That's why I'm not capable of talking with my regular voice. Sorry for this again, but I think that well, it's better to have like this show than not have it at all. Plus, I'm going on vacation next week till the end of September. That's why I think I just I just thought that I wish to see you again. I just wish to go live again and answer your questions which you have sent me recently. Anyway, okay, let's try. I'm sorry if I would forget some of your questions which you were writing me, or maybe some of your images which you edited. Sorry, folks. Like my head is not working at 100% yet. Okay. Before we'll continue, I will show you few standard things. Let's check. Yeah. Okay. First of all, if you wish to purchase Capture One license or upgrade license, or purchase Phase 1 styles, or actually buy almost any Capture One related product except subscription plan, you can save 10%. Just click buy now, enter promotional code AMBC1block. Click apply, and you will immediately save almost $30 on the regular license. Well, a little bit less on Pro for Sony, and also you can save lots of money on Phase 1 styles and upgrades. That's pretty nice thing, I suppose. Also, if you're looking for some interesting presets or styles for Capture One, take a look at onestyles.pro. I'm using this particular styles in my work. They're emulating legendary films, and well, that's a great creativity tool. I highly recommend you to try them. Plus, if you're new to my show, first of all, I just wish to ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com/alexandra and click subscribe. And if you already subscribed, please click this bell icon. You see, it shall be ringing, and well, that would just show like if you're clicking on this bell, you're actually turning on all the notification about all my new videos and live streams. That's why I think it's just important. Please go and click this bell. Okay, let's see what we have in chat. Yeah, I see lots of people on Facebook. Alex, yeah, Alex is wishing me to have a nice vacation. Thank you, Alex. Vernalis is asking. I will give an answer to your question a little bit later. Also, hi Roberta. What we have on YouTube? Well, we also have some viewers on YouTube, but they are sitting silent. You know, folks, I see you there. You can just write something like, hi, Alex. Let me know that you're watching me. Okay. Today we will discuss. Actually, today we have a pretty free topic. We will just edit different raw images. Plus, I will answer your questions. You have sent me some of them, and also I will edit some of your images, which you have also sent me recently. Okay, let's start with this raw file. This raw file was available for you in the previous newsletter, my newsletter. and you can actually download it and also try to do something with it. First of all, I will show you my variant of editing of this image, and then I will discuss one of your editings. Okay, why I really enjoy this image, because actually that's a great image to practice in working with curves. For example, if you will take Luma curve, you can easily, easily edit dark areas, midtones, and highlights. Well, highlights are not really visible here, but yeah, you can also see that I'm affecting highlights. Just don't forget to turn on 5-point all channel preset. That would automatically create 5 points on all your color channels curves. What I would do there, I would edit the curve like this. Plus, we might work with the red color channel and green color channel. What I really enjoy is that you can have a control over points on the curve with your arrow keys on the keyboard. You can just move the points this way, and if you will hold the shift key, you will do this faster. Let's create something. Yeah, maybe something, let's see, maybe something, yeah, I suppose something like this, but I wish to remove some red color from highlights. Yeah, maybe like this. Yeah, now I like it more. Yeah, something like this. If we're talking about curves correction, what we can else as well? We can add some clarity. Plus, what we can do else is, for example, to go to color balance or color editor and to create a mask from a blue color, like this. Yeah. Now we can refine it. Okay. Refine. Yep. And here we could try some additional tricks. For example, I will add some additional contrast to this layer to make it, to make the image deeper. Yeah, I think something like that. Now I will create a new layer and I will copy the mask and invert this mask. Here I would work with shadows and with clarity. Yeah, something like that, I suppose. What you shall also be careful of here. Well, I would suggest to move the output level of levels maybe to 5 at least. Yeah, something like that. Maybe 3 or 5, because actually I don't really like like this complete darkness here. like, well, it's not really complete darkness, but some parts are pretty dark. But well, actually in general it's fine. In general it contains at least like 5 in brightness. That's not bad, not bad. Okay, yeah, actually it's fine. Like, but to be sure, like, move the output output black point of levels. And like, this is the topic I wish to discuss in case of one of your edits of this image. Yeah, it's here. Yeah, that's the problem. You see, the problem of this editing is that you have lots of completely dark areas. Like, if I would add color readouts, and let's place something like here, and then and there, and here, over there as well, and yeah, this place and this place, you see 0, 0, zeros. That's a bad sign. That's just a bad sign, because actually you will miss lots of information on this image during the printing, for example, and well, you might just receive a pretty bad print. That's why be careful with this areas, and I also highly recommend you to maybe work at least a little bit with the output numbers in levels. Okay. Pablo is asking, hello Alex, when you can explain the normalize tool? Thank you, you did a great job. Thank you, Pablo. Actually, if you will go to my YouTube channel, in the live show section, here you will find the live show episode. Yeah, about caption 11.1. This episode is all about 11.1 upgrade, and we're talking about normalize tool pretty detailedly. Also, on my YouTube channel, you might find this short video, caption 11.1 new features overview. Here you will find like the short version of this episode of the live show. That's why, well, I just don't want to repeat this information. We had like the complete live show about this upgrade, and that's why like you can easily find all the answers in it. Okay, let's see what we have. Yeah. Now let's answer some of your questions, and then I will edit some of your images. Here's a question. I have long been concerned with the topic of cropping, especially in the context of printing. For example, I have a picture which I cut something in the editing, and I would like to print, but then on A3 format. Where do I see if the quality, for example, with 300 dpi is still possible, or if I have already cut away too much? Well, first of all, what I really recommend you to do, like if we're talking about the printing, it depends on the particular printing machine, like, and most of printing companies, printing laboratories, they have rules. They have a general suggestions of which size of your print shall be to be printed in high quality in some particular format. That's why, well, just you can ask your printing laboratory, and I'm pretty sure they will provide you with such information. But if we're talking about the Capture One, what you can do there? Let's open some. Okay, like this. Let's open some image and let's see. Here is the point. In the processing settings, you can set the scale. For example, let's scale the long edge 30 centimeters. That means that, like, I wish, for example, I wish to print my image in A4 format. Now, I would also set the resolution, because actually resolution is only for printing purposes. For example, if I know that my printing machine is working with 300 dpi resolution, like, that's okay. But some printing machines are working with 240 or 400 in some rare cases. That's why I will set it for 300, because, like, in most of the cases that's a pretty fine default setting. And what you can do now is you can just, like, move the crop, right? Like, you can crop your image. And how you can realize that you have cropped image fine or not? You shall look at this number, scale, percentage of the scale. And when you are moving your crop frame, you see, like, for example, that crop, it will be like 100% scale for A4 format. That means that the image would not be like increased in size or rescaled anyway. Because actually it's pretty big raw file. It's from I suppose it's from Sony A7R Mark II, and that's why that's pretty big file, and like 3543 pixels, and that's only, like, well, that's only this area of the image. Let's set, okay, let's set not 30 centimeters, but 60. Okay, that would be, like, more understandable. I'm making, like, a big print, 60 centimeters. Now take a look. Like, for example, now if I will make this kind of cropping, that's okay. But if I would crop the image like this, now see, the scale is 126%. And that's a bit of problem. Like, your image will be upscaled, and that's not a good thing. Like, the point is that when you're upscaling your image, like, that's okay in a, like, a fine limit. Like, for example, like, it's okay to upscale your image, like, maybe 110% or 120%. It depends on your particular image. But if you would decide to upscale your image 140%, well, you might notice some issues on the printed object. But again, it depends on your particular image, because, like, for example, if we're talking about the image with lots of small details, that might cause some issues. But if we're talking about some reportage image or a picture from some event, or maybe just some travel or street photography, in most of the cases no one would notice anything. Actually, when I was Several years ago, I was a trainer in Nikon Professional Photography School. I was running my own course about commercial reportage photography and like shooting events and all this stuff. And I just ran a blind test when I showed to my students two images. One of them was processed with a 100% scale, like actually without any scaling, without upscaling or downscaling, like without any of them. And another one image was processed with a 140% upscale. And you know, no one noticed anything. Like no one of my students were capable of noticing any difference in quality between these images. But again, I'm talking about like some event images or street photography. If you are preparing for to print some high quality landscapes or high quality portraits or high quality objects, images, like something like that, you probably would see some issues with quality if you would upscale your image to 140%. But from my experience, like 120 looks pretty fine. 130 in most of the cases would be fine, as well as 140 for non high quality genres. Okay, I hope I have answered your question. Let's see what we have else. Let me answer the question which I just saw in Facebook chat. Vernalis is asking, in Caption, is it possible, like in Photoshop, to add a layer, fill 50% with gray, put on difference, add threshold layer, slide point on a gray zone, add curve layer, set the white balance on gray? Unfortunately, all these things are not possible. And here's a really important thing to understand. In Photoshop, you're working with like JPEG or TIFFs or PSD files. Anyway, that's not a raw format. In Caption, you're working with the raw files, and that require, well, differently approach to layers management and layers capacities. That's why, yeah, unfortunately, you can't do all these things in Caption yet, at least. But what you can do, you can, first of all, you can let me upgrade my engine of the image. Wait a second, please. Yeah. Like, first of all, you can create a filled layer or empty layer. You can also change the opacity of the layer. For example, if I will, let me add. You see, like I can manage the opacity of the layer here. Plus, you can invert the layer. For example, if I will. Yeah, for example, if I will wait a second. That's pretty old images. For example, I can draw a mask like this. Yeah. I can refine it. Right-click, refine the mask. Let's wait a little bit. That's also a pretty big file. Yeah, and now I can invert it. All these things works like fantastically. Like, that's a really useful features. But unfortunately, you can't use capture on layers as layers in Photoshop. That's just like completely different software, and I don't think that we will see such features in Capture One in the near future, because, well, there are lots of things to improve in Capture One as well. For example, if I would be in a team of Capture One developers, I would first of all add some tools for skin retouching. I think that that feature has much higher priority from my personal point of view. Okay, let me answer some other questions. Okay, another one question. What do I have to pay attention to when cutting? Do I want to make a portrait format out of a landscape format? Okay, what, you know, everything, like if we're talking about like cropping, if I understood your question correctly, because actually that question was from the same person which asked about the cropping. What I can tell here, just keep in mind that everything depends on the size of your final image. For example, if I will set like the fixed size here, and like the landscape format delivers 6868 pixel size. That's actually fine enough for almost anything. And if we are talking about like some high quality big prints, but if I will create a portrait crop format, you see now we have 5185 pixels on the long edge, and that's also pretty fine enough. You know, like it depends on your file, because like for example, if you have a small file from one of my cameras, it's a Nikon D4, it's a reportage camera, and it has like 16 megapixels, you know, and well, of course it makes a little bit problematic to create a portrait image from a landscape image in it. But anyway, I think in most of the cases, especially if we were talking about like internet usage or not really high size prints, well, I think in most of the cases that would work pretty fine. Sorry if I didn't answer all of your questions here. If you wish to ask something more about this, like feel free to write a comment. I will give you more information on this topic. Okay, let me see what we have in our chats. Yeah, I just wish to answer your questions. To edit your questions, because actually, as I told you, like I'm going on vacation, and well, there will be no live shows for a month almost. That's why. Well, I hope that I just wish to answer all of your questions before going on vacation. Alexander is asking, hey Alex, I uploaded a commercial picture. Maybe you can show me your workflow to edit it naturally. When did you upload it? Because before the live show, I have downloaded all the main images. Let me see. I have this image, a really beautiful image. I will show you this image today, and also this image and that image. If you have uploaded the file pretty recently, I think I would not be able to edit it today because we're live already. But I will edit it next time in the next live show. Okay, one more question. Can you explain the noise reduction tool and also how to customize the focus mask? Okay, let's talk about the noise reduction. I will just explain all the basics here. They are pretty simple. Let's go to noise reduction. You have 4 sliders here: luminancy, details, color, and single pixel. Okay, let's move all except details to 0. Now let's zoom. As you can see, that's a pretty noisy image, right? Like lots of color noises, lots of luminosity noises, lots of all of them. What we can do there? Luminancy slider. With the slider, you have control over the brightness noises. You see, like I'm moving the slider and I'm removing the brightness noises or luminescence noises. There are lots of like version of this term, like this. Also, you can remove color noises with the color slider, and also you have a details slider. With this slider, you're just choosing the amount of details you would have on your image. Yeah, like this, you see? Like, and of course, like the more details you would have, the more noises you will have. That's why, like, in most of the cases, I would suggest to leave it like in the middle. Talking about the other sliders, if you have taken image with a low ISO, set luminancy and color to 10 or 15. If you have taken on 800 or 1000 ISO, set it to 30. And well, if you are taking images with pretty high ISO, then you can like set to 50. But from my experience, I can say that it's better not to increase it higher than 70. I think 70, that's a limit, because above this limit, you will lose quality of the image pretty noticeably. That's why I don't really recommend it. And the second part of the question was about focus mask. Actually, I don't really use focus mask. If you're not familiar with this tool, that's pretty nice tool. You can right click on the toolbar area and choose customize toolbar. Here you can find the where we have focus mask. And you know, the funniest thing is that usually I'm receiving questions from my students like, oh my gosh, what happened with my image? Like there is some like did I broke my raw files just like during the shooting or something like that? No, actually you just like turned on focus mask, and focus mask represents the areas of the image where you have focus. You can go to caption preferences, focus mask. Here you can set the threshold. Threshold, you know, like it's the same stuff as with sharpness. Threshold, it's a brightness of the pixel which the software would use to calculate the which pixels would be in the amount of like sharp, of not sharp, pixels on the image, and the same with the focus mask as well. And you can actually like change it, like the less or the more will just give you the different result. My suggestion is to use the default option, but anyway, that's not a like magic tool. It works well, it works fine, but nothing really magic, you know. That's why I don't really recommend you to rely on this tool 100%. I think it's fine tool, you know, like to analyze your images. For example, when I have some portraits, you see, okay, like for example, right here, yeah. Just to analyze where you have problems with focus and where you don't. But actually, I don't. For example, I don't really see like a big problems here. Yeah, like the sharpness is not really perfect, but anyway, that's not a like a perfect tool. That's why I'm not using it really often, but for some tasks that's pretty nice tool, and I'm like when I'm using it, I'm using the default setting. Okay. Oh yeah, Alex just told that he uploaded the image 5 minutes ago. Yeah, sorry, Alex, is just like, you know, it would be difficult to implement that stuff into the live show process, because we're live, and you know, like that would be just difficult to download the image right now. But I will check it like in the next live show after my vacation. Claude is asking, hello Alex, do you use the linear response curve, and when? Yeah, I do, and that's a pretty nice, pretty interesting tool. Let me show you some tricks with that. With the modern tools, with the modern technologies of Capture One, that actually not. I just use it not so often as I had used it before, but anyway, sometimes that's a pretty useful thing. Let me find. I'm just not sure that maybe here. Let me see. Yeah. For example, like there, you see, you have a really highlighted area, like completely. Actually, if you will add a color readout, you will see that it's like 255 in all channels. That like completely white color. And if you wish to recover information from this area, one of the ways to recover it is to use linear response curve. Of course, you will not recover the information from there, but here you see, like, well, you have just recovered some information, and that's pretty fine. You can add HDR recovering as well. That's also pretty nice thing, because with the film standard, you see, you will recover less information. Like that's the first. That's the first type how you could use this tool, like, you know, like to recover some additional information which was hidden from you with a film standard curve. Another usage is, let me find some images to show you, if I would have one. Let's check here. Nope. Okay, let me import a single image. Maybe there. Wait a second. Yeah, for example here. Like this image of New York, what you can do there. Of course, you can recover lots of information with a high dynamic range, and this is what I was talking about when I was talking about like the new technologies. Because actually, in previous versions of Capture-One, like I'm talking about Capture-One 7 or Capture-One 8, high dynamic range tool was just completely different tool, and to be honest, it was pretty bold tool, pretty dumb tool. In the modern version of Capture-One, Capture-One 11, high dynamic range works fantastically. That's why I'm using linear response curve not really often these days. But anyway, you can, for example, turn on linear response curve. You see, you're recovering lots of information with this curve. And what I would do now, I would create a... First of all, I would draw a mask. Wait a second, I need to... Yeah. I would draw a mask like this. Also, I will refine this mask. Yeah, like this. And on this layer, I would use some... Let me see. Yeah, we can easily move the black point here, because actually we're not like this. We're not cutting any information. Okay, because we're working on the layer, not on the whole image. Yeah, like this, and let's add some color correction as well. Yeah, like this. Now let's create the new layer. Let's draw a mask on the cityscape. Refine the mask. Yeah, like this. Okay, and some additional corrections. Yeah, like this. I will make this area a little bit warmer, like this. Yeah, something like that. Now let's compare it to, you see, the original image. Looks pretty nice. What do you think? I think that's pretty nice. Yeah, and this is how you could use the linear response curve. Okay. Okay, let's edit some of your images, because we don't have much time. But I wish to show you some edits. First of all, this image, like that's really beautiful image. Seriously, I really love it. Like the coloristic of this image and the view and it's so beautiful. Really great image. Seriously. What we can do there? Such an images, I think you shall edit really gently. You know, like really gently, because you might ruin the atmosphere absolutely easily here. That's why just be gently. Be gentle. Okay, what we can do there? First of all, I will create a mask from the red color, because if you wish to work gently, you better to work with masks. I will erase some unnecessary information from the mask, like this. Yeah. Also, I will refine the mask. Yeah, looks good. I wish to have all the control over this red color. It's really beautiful. That's why I will add some contrast with the Luma curve to increase the saturation of this color. Yeah, like this. And if I wish to increase it, I would do it manually, really accurately. Yeah, like this. Plus, I will add a slight color toning to the highlight area. You see, I wish to add a warm sunlight to this side of the house. You see, like this, like just a warm sunlight. And maybe, yeah, let's make shadows a little bit cooler. Yeah. Now we'll create the new layer, copy the mask from this layer, invert the mask, yeah, like this. Now let's work with this layer. Here I will slightly increase the shadows. I will add a little bit of contrast, a bit of clarity, just a bit. Maybe a slight limit correction as well. Plus, I will make shadows. I will tone shadows into the blue color, and I will add to highlights and midtones. Yeah, like this. I think this is it. You see? Just like, I don't think that you need to do anything else here. I think that it's pretty fine enough for this image. The only thing I might move the output black point a little bit, or maybe even just recover some additional shadows like this. Yeah, I'm just looking at numbers in the shadows. Yeah, I think that will be pretty fine enough. Okay. Now let's see which other images you have sent me. I see this image. Let's crop it. And as I remember, the author of this image asked me to edit it in black and white. That's fine. Let's try it. Let's try the black and white editing here. Rotation. We will perform some rotation like this. Okay, let's go to black and white tool. Let's see which colors do we have here. Like this and that. Yeah, you shall be really accurate with the blue here. Yeah, like this. What we can do else? Let me try a curious thing. I actually never tried. Let's see. I was sure that you were able to create a mask from the color in the black and white mode, but okay, you can always turn on, turn off black and white if you wish to create a mask. Just let's create the mask. Yeah, and now we will go black and white. Well, it's pretty weird that we weren't able to do this with the just with this tool. Okay, let's refine the mask. Yeah, like this. And what I would do there, I just wish to edit blue areas on my image. Yeah, maybe this way. You see, to add a bit more of a contrast, but not the overall contrast. This contrast is just like, for example, take a look, like it affects only specific areas of the image, like these areas, and that makes the image like more deeper, and I think that looks pretty fine there. Yeah, like this. And also we can use my favorite trick to copy and invert mask, and to all the other areas, for example, to add some clarity and recover some shadows, like this. Yeah, I think that's fine enough. Let's compare this image with a just desaturated image. You see, the difference is pretty huge. We add a deep to this image. Okay, now I think you have sent me one more image here. Yeah, this one. What we can do there, well, first of all, let's see, yeah, what we have on this image. Let me think. Yeah, I think here you just need to work with layers as well. Just go to color editor, create a mask from even without color editor, just draw a mask. Like the first layer will be water. That would be the first layer. Let's create, like, refine the mask. Yeah, like this. Here we will add some clarity, some contrast, some HDR. Let's maybe we will even set, yeah, specific black and white points, because you see, like here, for example, I have cut off too much of information, and I will just take a eraser and I will just erase the mask here, because like my mask contains the levels correction. That's why I can easily affect it. Yeah, like this, you see. Now my levels correction is mostly on the upper part of the mask. Now let's create the new layer. We will select the middle part of the landscape. Yeah, like this. Refine the mask as well. What we can do there? First of all, the slight overall correction, plus we can select the green color. Yeah, to change it a little bit. And now let's create the third layer. gradient layer like this. Oh, no, yeah, like this. Also, we will refine it as well. I'm like a huge fan of the refine tool. I think that's a fantastic feature of Caption 11, and like if you're on Caption 9 or 10, like the refine tool is the option which 100% worth the upgrading. Yeah, and yeah, like like that, like this. Yeah, let's. Yeah, I think this is it. We just developed the potential of this image, and now it looks much interesting from my point of view. Alexander is asking, are you using Wacom Intuos Pro? I use, but I get vertical strokes with it in masks. I do have Wacom Intuos Pro graphic tablet, but I don't really use it with Capture One. I'm not a big fan actually of such devices. I know that that lots of professionals are using, but somehow I don't know. That's not really my thing. I saw a video on YouTube where some Capture One user is describing how to solve this issue. Just try to Google for like Capture One Wacom issue, like solved or something like that. I think that issue was somehow solved. Okay, folks. I think that is all for today, because I'm still a little bit ill. Sorry if I wasn't like so not so active as usually, because I'm still a little bit ill. But anyway, that was my 20th live show, and I really grateful to you that you were viewing all these shows. I think that's great. Thank you very much, folks. Thank you very much. And before I will go to vacation, I just wish to remind you that if you or some of your friends are thinking of purchasing Capture One, please recommend them this code. And if you wish to try the best styles for Capture One, just go to onestyles.pro and download 12 styles for free, absolutely for free. I can't say for sure when the next live show will be. I suppose it will be maybe the end of September or maybe the beginning of October. That's why just take care, folks. I will prepare something new. I will change the format a little bit. In the new season of the live show, we will have some guests, some great Capture One photographers. That would be cool, seriously. And now I need to go to vacation, to relax some time, and to return to you full of power and full of health. Thank you very much, folks. Bye and take care.